The RHOBH Season 14 reunion brings up Morgan Wade despite Kyle Richards' protests. Quotes: "Despite Kyle Richards' protests, Morgan Wade's name is still being brought up on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills." During the early episodes of RHOBH Season 14, Kyle made it clear that Morgan's name was not to be uttered. However, a lot of time was spent discussing the country star during Part 2 of the reunion, which aired on Tuesday, April 8, and even Andy Cohen got involved. For people at home who are saying, "Wait, you're on a reality show. You're supposed to tell us everything," you would say what to them? Andy asked. Kyle said that if the conversation was going to hurt someone she cares about, then she doesn't care about the backlash. Kyle Richards and Morgan Wade's quotes about each other, shutting down dating speculation, and more. Questions about Kyle's relationship with Morgan have been raised in the wake of her separation from husband Mauricio Umansky. During the RHOBH Season 14 premiere in November 2024, Kyle told her co-stars that she's intentionally not using Morgan's name, but that didn't stop it from being brought up by the other women. Keep scrolling for what was said about Morgan during RHOBH Season 14 reunion. Jason Davis / Getty Images for American Music Association, Garcelle and Kyle's off-camera convo. During Part 1 of the reunion, which aired last week, Kyle alluded to having conversations with co-star Garcelle about Morgan, and they weren't filmed for the show. Garcelle wanted to circle back once the women returned from lunch. "It feels like you told me things off-camera to shut me up," Garcelle said on Tuesday. Kyle was quick to share her side of the story. "I told you off-camera because it was stuff I couldn't say on camera," she said. "I was just trusting you and sharing with you. It was my way of getting to a different level with you and showing that we're friends and I'm trusting you." Andy clarified that the conversation was about Morgan, which Garcelle confirmed. Bozoma comes to Kyle's defense. "I just don't see why it's not okay for you to say, 'I'm not doing that.' It is okay to say, 'I'm not sharing,'" Bozoma St. John said. "Stand in that. Put 10 toes down and you're like, 'I'm not gonna talk about it.'" Kyle and Dorit's feud is about Morgan? Kyle admitted to being upset when Dorit Kemsley brought up Morgan during a 2023 Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen appearance. Dorit said at the time that Kyle and Morgan's friendship had impacted their relationship. "That has nothing to do with our friendship," Kyle said on Tuesday. "That was just a way of getting a dig in and saying something that's going to create more issues for me out there." Dorit said she answered the question honestly, recalling that Morgan was at dinner the last time we were close in London. "I knew that Morgan had nothing to do with me pulling away from you," Kyle said. "That comment bothered me because it just created another issue. I do apologize." Dorit speculated that any time Morgan's name is mentioned, she thinks that Kyle hears about it from the singer. "She's the one who introduced Morgan to this," she added. Morgan Wade insists she's not fighting with Kyle Richards after feud rumors. Kyle admitted to feeling guilty about bringing Morgan into the RHOBH world. "It causes her anxiety," she said. This ended up going into a larger conversation about their fractured friendship and things starting to repair. Andy appeared confused and noted that Morgan is a public figure. "With singing and performing comes speculation about your life," he continued. "You put music videos out there. Well, she also experienced greater publicity from RHOBH and greater attraction and interest as a result of this." Andy referenced Morgan's August 2023 New York Times article before bringing up the music video in which Kyle played her love interest. "I do just want to point out, putting out a music video that is the two of you as lovers, it contributed so much to a conversation that was already a runaway train," Andy said. "That was totally in her hands, I have to say. At some point, you can't have your cake and eat it too." The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills airs on Bravo Tuesdays at 8 p.m. ET. Stream old episodes anytime on Peacock.